Hi, happy you're here. Get comfy and let's get started. Sit at My Grave, Season 2, Chapter 13. I still can't believe we thought we could ride around the entire city on those old bikes. Galen laughed as he turned a corner. There was no way we'd either get too exhausted or be robbed before we even got close, Arden replied, making Galen chuckle again. Man, I think I still have that old bike too, Galen reminisced. Don't tell me you're thinking of riding around here. If we couldn't do it before, we certainly can't do it now, Arden commented, looking at him. No, of course not. So, you want to grab lunch? We can get some at the food court, Galen suggested, looking at the signs as we drove around. Yeah, Arden agreed. He paused a bit, thinking of his money situation again. Apart from everything else with his mother's bills, from what he learned, he would need to start traveling soon. For that, he would need cash. Did you say something? Galen questioned as he drove into the parking lot of the mall. Galen, where do you work? Arden asked. Of course he wouldn't tell Galen about being broke exactly. He didn't want the handouts unless he absolutely needed it. Getting his help finding a job couldn't hurt, right? He didn't know if his journey would be a long one or not, or where he was even going. Me? I'm a cashier. Why? Galen questioned. He was genuinely confused that Arden was even interested. A cashier? Ugh, that sounds so draining, Arden scoffed. Well, it can be a lot, but hey, it helps put gas in my tank, Galen shrugged, parking the car. The two got out and began their walk across the parking lot, headed towards the mall, the noise immediately hitting them as soon as they left the car. Are you, looking for work? Galen ventured. Arden dug his hands in his pockets. Yeah, it's that or I call my dad, Arden replied. Galen looked away uncomfortably. He didn't know all the ins and outs, but he did hear that Ren was getting divorced from his own mother talking about it. And while he tried not to pry, it did something an uneasy situation for Arden to ask for money from him while staying with her. You know, I'll be leaving for college soon, so my job will be open. I'll try to work out for you to take my position, Galen suggested. Sounds good to me, Arden answered. While they walked together, Arden stole a side glance at Galen, seeing his big goofy smile as he looked around the mall. Regardless of what was going on, he always seemed so happy and eager to help him. Soon he'd be gone. It was likely they wouldn't even be in the same state with how things were shaping up. Thanks, Galen, Arden suddenly muttered. Some of their shoes hitting the shiny surface of the checkered mall floor stopped abruptly. Galen turned to face him. His shocked face melted into a warm smile. Arden, you know I don't mind, Galen replied gleefully. But you can't blame me when you get unruly customers, he joked, nudging him. I forgot about that part, Arden groaned. That's a major part, Galen laughed. Stop, you're ruining it, Arden covered his ears. Look, most people are just having a bad day, so I don't fault them for that. Just keep a happy, upbeat attitude, and it'll go by like a breeze. Galen beamed with an overexcited attitude, noticing the disgusted look on Arden's face. The two paused, staring at each other for a moment before Galen busted out laughing, and Arden erupted into chuckles as well, looking away as he rolled his eyes. Think I'll last a day? Arden questioned with a small smirk. Half an hour, Galen decided, destroying his hope. Screw you, dude, Arden said, punching Galen in the arm, making him laugh again. They spent a while at the mall, Arden mostly window shopping, while Galen grabbed a few items for his dorm room. They finally migrated to the food court after a couple of hours of surveying the place. What are you hungry for? Galen questioned, laying his bag down by their square table, while Arden sat down. I'm just gonna get a drink, Arden said, sinking his hands into his coat pockets. Are you sure? You've been out for a while. I'm starving, Galen commented, patting his stomach. Arden just shrugged, taking his phone out. I'll be right back, Galen said, walking up to the counter. The calm atmosphere that Arden got around Galen was something that was missed. Every time he hung out with him, it was like he could temporarily forget about everything that was going wrong, if only briefly. However, it was like a double-edged sword, because even with how relaxed he could get, as soon as he was alone, again, the feeling of guilt would always creep up on him for enjoying himself like this. His mind telling him he was wasting time. It was like his brain was punishing him. Reed was almost always on his mind lately. He saw him when he saw his own reflection. And even with gingerly trying to do what Reed used to and help his mother, it always felt like he was falling short somehow. Even though her and his grandmother appreciated it and tried to praise him for trying, Arden could see and feel the disappointment from them. He would sometimes hear his mom weep at night over the loss of Reed. He thought about going in to console her, but he wouldn't know what to say or do. Just hearing it from the other room put a pit in his stomach and left him feeling clammy. Having the knowledge he did about how rough it had been on Renly before this happened, he knew losing Reed must have been shattering her heart even further, leaving a dark cloud over her already bleak life. How do you even begin to comfort someone after they've lost their sunshine? Oops! Looks like I got a large pizza instead of a small. Guess we're gonna have to share. Gal said with a smile, setting a pizza down on the table. Arthur put his phone away, getting out of his daze with scrolling through his old text conversations. Sure you did, Arthur replied sarcastically, shaking his head at him. Gal chuckled a little before the two began devouring the tangy, soft, cheesy pizza together, resuming their conversation about Arden getting a job and everything in between, both somewhat avoiding the topic of Gal leaving soon.